Imagine a future where entire cities in Quebec are powered not by fossil fuels, but by wind sweeping across the province's vast landscapes. Now picture over 350 new jobs, millions flowing to local communities, and a bold promise. Quebec will slash greenhouse gas emissions and become a North American leader in clean electricity. But as the province races to build its biggest wind energy project yet, a storm of controversy is brewing. Is this the dawn of a green energy gold rush, or the start of a bitter economic and social battle that could upend the region? Let's dive into the ambitious world of Quebec's wind revolution, starting with the newly financed Pohe-Negamook-Picard Saint Antonin Wolastoquk 1 project, PPAW1 for short. Backed by $801 million in financing, this wind energy center is the latest jewel in Quebec's aggressive push to add 10,000 megawatts of renewable capacity by 2035. The numbers are staggering. Hydro-Quebec, the province's public utility, wants to build between 1,000 and 1,500 megawatts of new wind power every year for the next decade. With these efforts, wind could account for a quarter of Quebec's entire electricity generation, transforming not just how Quebec powers homes and businesses, but also its role in the global energy game. But how did we get here? For decades, Hydro-Quebec held a near monopoly, drawing power from massive hydroelectric dams. Yet as energy demand grows and climate targets become more urgent, hydro alone isn't enough. Enter wind, faster to deploy, scalable, and attracting billions in private investment. PPAW1, a joint venture between Invenergy and the Alliance de l'Énergie de l'Est, stands at the center of this transformation. Construction begins in 2025, with turbines spinning by late 2026. The project's impact goes well beyond clean power. It's expected to distribute $137 million over 30 years to shareholders, including 16 regional county municipalities and the Wolastoqiyik Wasipekuk First Nation. Host communities will receive $45 million in fixed payments, with hundreds of jobs created both on-site and in local manufacturing. PPAW1 brings significant value to the province, particularly in eastern Quebec, fostering economic growth and community benefits, says Michel Lagacé, president of the Eastern Energy Alliance. On paper, it sounds like a win-win. Caisse de dépôt et placement du Québec is betting big on renewables, and Canada's wind sector generated 36 terawatt-hours last year, an impressive 5.7% of the nation's electricity, and rising fast. Quebec's government has set an ambitious goal to cut greenhouse emissions by 37.5% below 1990 levels by 2030. Wind energy, says the Canadian Wind Energy Association, should be a core strategy for energy transition, and Quebec is demonstrating leadership in this area. But as with any gold rush, there's trouble on the horizon. Here's the catch. Rapid expansion has triggered fierce debate across Quebec. Some farmers and rural residents are sounding the alarm, worried about turbines encroaching on agricultural land and disrupting the iconic landscapes. The Fédération de l'Eau de Chaudière-Appalaches has voiced concerns about the impact on family farms, calling for better oversight. Meanwhile, local citizens groups argue that consultation has been rushed, or worse, ignored. The regroupement Vigilance Énergie Québec, a coalition of community organizations, is demanding a full moratorium on new wind projects until independent environmental and social assessments are carried out. Environmental activists warn that wind farms, even green by design, can threaten local ecosystems and biodiversity if built too quickly or in the wrong places. Past projects in the Gaspé region faced backlash over noise and visual impacts that, some say, were glossed over in the rush to go green. Pierre-Olivier Pinault, an energy expert at HEC Montreal, cautions, wind energy represents a crucial component of Quebec's energy future, but its success hinges on effective community engagement and transparent decision-making processes. The tension is clear. Hydro-Quebec and its partners promise economic renewal and climate action, but communities want a bigger say in how, where, and if these projects move forward. Indigenous groups like the Mi'kmaq have pioneered new partnership models, but elsewhere, trust is fragile. If these conflicts aren't resolved, Quebec risks delays, higher costs, and even missing its climate targets. So, will Quebec's wind energy revolution unite the province around a cleaner, richer future? Or will deepening divisions stall progress at the moment it matters most? As billions flow in and the first steel goes in the ground, the next moves could define Quebec's energy destiny and set an example for the world. But with so much at stake, can the promise of green energy survive the political and social headwinds now gathering? Looking ahead, Quebec stands at a crossroads. On one path, the province could successfully weave wind energy into its power grid, creating thousands of jobs, cutting greenhouse gas emissions, and becoming a North American leader in renewables. Such a future depends on meaningful partnerships with municipalities, indigenous communities, and local residents, ensuring economic benefits are widely shared. Energy-intensive industries might flock to Quebec, drawn by abundant, clean electricity, fueling fresh economic growth. But there's another possibility. If local resistance intensifies, projects could face costly delays or even cancellations. Pressure groups are already calling for moratoriums and deeper environmental reviews. If community voices aren't truly heard, Quebec risks falling short of its climate targets, or worse, relying more on less sustainable alternatives. As expert Pierre-Olivier Pinault warns, wind energy's promise will remain unfulfilled without genuine engagement and transparency. Yet, technology offers hope. Advances in turbine design and battery storage could ease environmental concerns and open new opportunities, including offshore wind farms, with far less impact on farmland and wildlife. Such innovations could help Quebec leapfrog obstacles and set new standards for sustainable energy development. So, what can viewers learn from Quebec's journey? First, the transition to clean energy is never just about technology or economics. It's about trust, communication, and fairness. Strong community engagement isn't a box to tick. It's the foundation for lasting progress. Second, the push for renewables is creating real opportunities, new jobs, local investments, and a shot at energy independence for regions willing to collaborate. And for anyone watching, Quebec's experience is a reminder. Major change sparks debate, but it also invites innovation. Wherever you live, your voice matters in shaping the energy future through advocacy, voting, or community involvement. So, will Quebec overcome its divides? The answer isn't simple, but the province's approach, combining investment, technology, and stronger local partnerships, suggests a path forward. The wind revolution may face turbulence, but with sustained efforts, Quebec could become a model for balancing rapid progress with respect for people and the planet. And here's a secret. Despite controversies, Quebec's wind projects are now inspiring similar community-driven models in Europe and the US. Could this be the blueprint for a global green transition? If you found this story intriguing, hit subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more.